Hello there, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor. Today I thought we'd do something slightly different and we'd take a look at the right place to be at the end of your backswing. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, what I've done here is we're going to take a look at the right place to be at the end of the backswing. And I have four golfers you may recognise here. The top left over here is Ben Hogan. Just to the right we have Adam Scott. Bottom left we have a Jack Nicklaus. And bottom right we have Tiger Woods. So all four players have won a major. You could say that all four players were very, very good players. So they all have different setups, as you can see, and slightly different eras. We've got a bit of a collection of different time frames. But let's see where they are similar. So if we swing the club back, and I'm going to try and capture them at the end of their backswing. And a question I quite often get asked is, where should I be at the end of the backswing? Where is the right position? Very difficult question to answer, because here we have four guys and every single one of them is in a different position. Ben Hogan here has his hands well behind his body. He's very low. The top of his hands barely reach head height. Adam Scott here has his hands a lot higher than what Ben has. He's well above his head and his hands are just behind his right shoulder. We have Jack Nicklaus. Hands are high. His hands are definitely over the top of his right shoulder. And Tiger Woods is back behind his shoulder, a little bit like Ben Hogan, but a lot more upright. So we have four guys, four totally different positions. So there is no right answer in where you should be at the end of the backswing, because everyone is different. I could actually say that because they're all different, we could almost say the backswing was irrelevant. I'm not going to, but you could make a case for that. The backswing is important because it does set you up for what happens after that. But we have four great players here, all in totally different positions at the end of the backswing. What they have in common is where they are when they hit the ball. So if we get them down here, all of them pretty much at impact, now they all start to look pretty similar. There are minor differences, but they looked very different at the end of their backswing. They now look remarkably similar. And you could pick any player you like. The good players all have these common impact positions. Every one of them has their hips turned out to the left. Every one of them doesn't have their shoulders in the same line as what their hips are. All of them have their shoulders pointing to the right of where their hips are. So their shoulders are a lot squarer, their hips are very open. That's the most important move in the golf swing. It doesn't really matter how you swing it. You can be a Jim Furyk type of golf swing. What's important is not how you take it back or how pretty it looks. It's where you get to at impact. And all of these four guys are in very similar positions at impact. Probably Ben Hogan here and Jack Nicklaus here have their shoulders slightly more open or pointing to the left than Adam and Tiger. But both of those guys faded the ball. And they intentionally faded. Ben Hogan's famous for trying to work on hitting a fade because he did suffer from a big hook. But other than that, they're all very, very similar. So what I can do now, I'll play them through and we can have a look at them in a normal swing. The picture's a bit shaky with a couple of those videos. The quality isn't fantastic. So I'll just play it through a few times and you can watch it. Very interesting to see different golf swings, but they all are very good ball strikers. In fact, each of them were known for their ball striking. Tiger's not quite as much as what he used to be, but he's still a pretty good player. So how can we learn from this at home? My advice is don't pay so much attention to how you take the club back. Pay a lot more attention on how you bring the club down, because after all, you don't hit the ball with your backswing, you hit it with your downswing. So you can do a few drills, and over coming weeks I'll be putting some more drills up to improve your impact position and get your hands working properly. I hope you've enjoyed the tips. My name's Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor.